Hello universe, welcome to my world. We're still doing Angelina Jordan and today we're doing her via the phenomena of music producers. Now music producers is pretty much the musical equivalent of being a film director, but they don't really get the same credit or profile or fame that a movie director does. There are very few music producers that the average person can name. They are involved with the arrangement and the finished product and the musical choices. And the singer gets all the fame and all the credit, but music producers are really, really important. And the last 60 years, one of the most famous ones is George Martin. He was considered the fifth Beatle, and he was very prominent throughout their whole career, and he helped produce Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, which is considered by many to be one of the best albums of all time. And probably one of the most famous songs from that album is A Day in the Life.
Found my way upstairs and had a smoke, and somebody spoke and I went into a dream.
Now, Phil Spector also was from the 60s. We won't be discussing him now because he appears in a later video. And 20 years ago in England, we had a music producer by the name of Fatboy Slim. And he did a very unusual video which actually features the history of human evolution. I kid you not, this is really what he's done. And he saw it from 350 billion years ago. And for those of you who like to follow facts, this is not factually correct because the Earth is only 4 billion years old. So this is really quite a phenomenal video. And Angelina Jordan herself says one of the highlights of her career was performing for the 85th birthday party of Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones is one of the most famous and phenomenal music producers of the last 50 years. He's worked with Frank Sinatra, he's worked with Michael Jackson, and here she is singing for him personally, and he is nodding his approval, and he is just so happy to be an audience of one.
Just so beside do you see I am looking to my little tree of you. So good. Right. Soulful voice.
Another phenomenally famous music producer, which Angelina has, I think, worked with, is Mark Ronson. She very famously covered his version of Valerie that he did with Amy Winehouse. And here she's covering his version that he did with Miley Cyrus of Nothing Breaks Like a Heart. She's excellent, excellent version by her. And she even has an outfit to match the country western feel of the song.
This work can hurt you, it cuts you deep and leave the scar. Things fall apart, but nothing breaks like a heart. Nothing breaks like a heart. I heard you on the phone last night and live and die by pretty lies, you know it. We both know it. There's silver bullets, cigarettes, there's burnt house, there's nothing left, it's smoking, it's smoking.
Another music producer Angelina has worked with is Avicii. They worked together with a famous Volvo commercial where she sang Feeling Good, although there is some debate whether it is actually her voice. But they also happen to be friends, and you can see that very, very clearly. This is the Volvo commercial.
It's a new life for me, yeah. And I'm feeling good.
And after his premature death, Angelina performed a tribute to him where she sang one of his most famous songs, Wake Me Up.
Thin way through the darkness, guided by your beating heart, I can tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start.
There's a very phenomenally famous music producer by the name of Alan Walker, and he has a song called Faded, which has appeared in the last few years. It has 3 billion views. Now, considering the world population is only 8 billion, this is like 35% of the world population, which is really, really phenomenal. First, we will hear a cover of that version by Sarah Farrell.
You were the shadow to my light. Did you feel us? Another star, you fade away. Afraid our aim is out of sight. Wanna see us alive. Where are you now? Where are you now?
Beautiful voice, very haunting, which is actually quite different than the original, which is something Alan Walker has produced. And in different versions, he has different singers. So really, the emphasis is on his production and his techniques. And we will be looking at 4 different performances by Alan Walker with 4 different singers in 4 different locations. One to show how the appeal for this song is absolutely international and universal, and also to show how his production is what standardizes the performance. It's really, really quite ironic that one of the things a lot of people in many fields, they want fame, but here, Alan Walker, now that he's achieved fame, remains completely anonymous underneath his hoodie. So it's one of the ironies of fame, isn't it?
You were the shadow to my light. Did you feel us? Another star, you fade away. Afraid our aim is out of sight. Wanna see us alive. Where are you now? Where are you now?
Was it all in my fantasy? Where are you now? Was it all in my
when Angelina Jordan performs the same song, rather than doing something light and tender like the original or the first version she had, she brings something very full and rich to her voice. She redefines it again in a very powerful, very moving way.
You were the shadow to my light. Did you feel us? Another star, you fade away. Afraid of running side of side. Wanna see us alive. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Was it all my fantasy? Where are you now? Where you want me imaginary? Where are you now? Atlantis, undersea, undersea. Where are you now? Another dream. The voices running one inside of me. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. These shallow waters never mind what I needed. I'm letting go a deeper dive and turn the silence of the sea. I'm breathing alive. Where are you now? Where are you now? Under bright but fading light, you set my heart on fire. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Atlantis, undersea, undersea. Where are you now? Another dream. The monsters running wild inside of me. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded.
It's wonderful how Angelina Jordan, everything she touches turns magic and gold. And she is just unbelievably off the charts. And to bring us completely up to date, these are the words of her present music production team. They're called Stargate, and speaking is Miguel Eriksson, who is also Norwegian. He's from the north of the country in Trondheim.
Yeah, I'm just talking about like there's only that many vocalists in the world that can sing a song top to bottom in one take, and it's amazing. One of the few of those people that we work with is 1, Beyonce, 2, Sam Smith, 3, Angelina Jordan. That is so rare and a gift and very, very special.
Thank you so much.
Interesting looking at the phenomena of music producers who certainly don't get enough credit. And to be honest, Angelina Jordan also doesn't get enough credit with the general universe. And we will continue to highlight her talent and her scope and her career. We will run and run with this. Okay, gang, I'm out of here.